Hey everyone, welcome to May's Lug Life. I'm May. Today is going to be a day where I'm going to be reviewing an older style bag. This is the Ace 2 tote bag in the Dragonfly Navy. The reason why I'm reviewing an older bag that really is essentially discontinued, I think once in a while you can still find it on the website, but it's rare, and then there's one color and maybe there's one of it, so you kind of have to grab it when it's there, but it's not really a product they're making anymore. You do occasionally still find this bag on third-party sites. You might find it in some stores still. I know that there's a store close to where I am where this bag is still for sale. There's still a few colors left, and definitely if you're getting it used. So I'm making this review, I'm making this video so that anybody who's kind of on the fence or wants to know more but maybe isn't really sure, because like I said, there's less and less information on it, that I thought maybe this would be helpful for anybody who's trying to decide. So like I said, it is a discontinued bag. I'm assuming they're going to make another one. There was obviously an Ace, like a regular Ace, an Ace 1. There was a first Ace. They came out with the Ace 2 because the previous one was so popular. They obviously tweaked a few things and changed a couple things around to make the Ace 2, which makes me think it's possible they'll make an Ace 3, because I think it was a relatively popular bag. There were definitely a lot of people who liked all the features in it, so they may actually make yet more tweaks. They might even bring this out in a vegan leather, because that seems to be what they're doing these days, is all the old styles are now bringing out, instead of this fabrication, which is that polyester nylon, they're probably going to try to bring it out in a vegan leather. So anyway, I'm going to, part of the reason why I'm also doing it is because I'm changing everything over from this bag, which is, like I said, the Dragonfly Navy, and it's my summer bag. It's the bag, well, I guess I use it all year, whether it was summer or not last year. If you're watching this way in the future, we've sort of been in lockdown for a long time, for the past year, not for the past year, over the past couple of years, we've been in and out of lockdown, and we're still in pandemic mode, so I haven't used this as often as I would have liked. This was basically my everyday bag. I was using this when I was going shopping or when I was running errands, whatever it was. So I had my purse, and then I also had my tote bag, which carried my shopping, anything I was returning, mail that I had to mail, my iPad, whatever, things that is needed throughout the day that wasn't just going to fit in my purse. I'm a walker. I take transit. I don't actually drive, so this would have been the bag I kept in my car, that had all of my sort of necessities for the day, but without actually carrying, like my purse. Sorry, everything in my purse. So, anyways, this was my everyday bag. I didn't take it to work because my work is much more specific and I needed other stuff, but this is the bag I carried around, like I said, if I was going shopping and running errands around town. So I'm switching from this because I feel like this is my summer bag, and the reason for that is if you look inside, it's got like a nice bright sort of, I guess that's like a lime green interior, and I'm switching it over to the I believe this is called Contemporary Wine. So this I got because I did like the original style, but I thought maybe I should get like an autumny color as well, or something a little bit more subdued if I needed to go somewhere where dragonflies might be slightly inappropriate. So anyways, I'm gonna take you on a tour of all the outside features and the inside, show you kind of what I've packed in it at the moment. I usually pack a lot more in it, but all the things I usually pack in it are elsewhere, and I was just too lazy to get it, but I can at least tell you what I usually pack into it. So I'm gonna unpack this, pack everything into this, and so I thought since I was doing that anyways, I may as well make a video and show you all the different features. So first off, we're gonna take an outside tour. So like I said, it is a tote bag, so it does have very long tote straps or handles. It is one of the main reasons why I got this bag. It does have the sort of rubberized grip. It's on both sides of the strap, and it's on both straps. So I like this because it actually allows me to wear pretty much anything with this bag. So if I'm wearing like a slippery shirt, or if I'm wearing a big thick coat, this stays on really well. And because it's on both sides and on both straps, it doesn't matter how twisted or tangled or reverse this all gets, it actually does stay on my shoulder. Now, the only thing about having this much rubberized grip, if you happen to have long hair, you're gonna get it caught. So I try to wear my hair up when I wear this bag because it is so rubbery and so grippy. Sometimes I've lost a few hairs, but I'd rather wear it up than have my bag fall off my shoulder all the time, which is for me the most annoying thing. This also has removable straps, so I don't know if you can see there's an S sort of hook there with a little there's a little sort of, I don't know, a little spot there that comes over top so that it keeps the strap on. So it's like a bra strap. My fear originally when I got this bag was maybe the straps would fall off. I have carried this so many times, either light and heavy. Never, ever, ever has this ever fallen off. It's actually kind of not easy to take off. Even when you want to take them off, it's not a quick take off. You really kind of have to fiddle with it. So if you're worried about them coming off, I've never, ever had this problem. And when I do need to have them off, which I think has been never, I've only done it just to see if I could do it. You do have to fuss with it a little bit. It's not an instant remove like the, you know, like these like lobster ones are, like the removable straps for the crossbody. It's not that easy, which is good because the worst thing would be to be carrying this around and have the strap fall off. So I'm really glad. So that's actually really quite secure. And like I said, this one does have a crossbody removable strap. I've just tucked it into this pocket. I never, ever, ever, ever use it. It's just a 1-inch narrow strap. It is quite adjustable. I have never worn it as a crossbody for real. I've tried it. I thought it was really uncomfortable. I'm not very tall. I'm about 5'3", 5'4". I can't remember exactly what it is that I am, depending on who you talk to. So I found this whole thing sort of bumped on my hip and bumped on my thigh as I walked. I didn't like it, so I've never, ever actually used this. I keep it on just in case I need it for whatever reason. So it just goes into the side pocket there. So there's that side elastic water bottle pocket or umbrella pocket. So that just lives in there. And it does come off and on with lobster claws on either side of the bag on the D-rings there. And the cool thing is this also, which is the reason why I got this, also has backpack straps, which I have used a couple of times. They're padded. They're not rubberized, but they are padded and they're adjustable. So you can lengthen or shorten as much as you need. And there's a little lobster claw that hooks onto the D-rings that you're going to find on the very bottom. So the D-rings do stick out. Some of the lug bags have a little pocket that where you can tuck the D-rings into. These stick out, but I've never ever had a problem getting in the way. And because this pattern is so busy, you don't even see them. So yeah, so there is a little pocket back here that goes all the way down for the backpack straps. It's quite narrow. It is lined. And so the weird thing is, I actually can use it. I've actually used it as a hidden pocket for some things. So my backpack straps, like I've only used as backpack, maybe as a backpack once. And it was very comfortable. It balanced really nicely. Because my purse is a canter, so I'm wearing a backpack all the time anyways. I don't need to have another backpack. So I wear this as my tote on my shoulder and then my canter on my back. But I do carry very long, because of the shape of this and the length of this pocket, I carry basically it's like a brochure for my studio, and it fits all the way down here. So that's where I sort of tucked my brochures. Actually, this is a brochure. So basically, it's an extra pocket. So it's kind of like a hidden pocket, which I use for that purpose. So if you need to have a hidden pocket for whatever reason, there is that pocket because it goes all the way down, and there is still room even once you put the straps inside. There's actually room inside for more stuff. So that's a fun little feature there. There's also a strap across the back with a little Velcro tab that you can use as a trolley strap, so you can put it on top of your wheelie trolley if you're traveling with it. So you can use it as your personal item, put it on your wheelie bag, and off you go. And this is your personal item. And so yeah, and it's really hidden away because it lays pretty flat. It's really comfortable to even have on your hip. I've never had the feeling where this was bulky and taking up a whole lot of space or, uncomfortable up against my body, because this is the side I usually wear up against my body, and this is the outside over here. So I've never had a problem with that, but it's always great to have the option to be able to have that. Now, once in a while, like I said, because I have a canter, I wear my canter on my back as a backpack. Sometimes when I'm carrying so much stuff that I need other things on my shoulders, I have used this as a front pack, which means I will take the backpack straps out and strap this to my chest. So I'm wearing this up against my chest with this facing out into the world, and this becomes a bag that I use to carry groceries home or whatever it is. But then I've got a pack in the front, a pack in the back. So having the ability to be able to take it as a crossbody or as a tote or as a backpack strap has been the best thing. And the main reason why, well, not the main, one of the biggest reasons why I love this bag so much. It's so rare to find a proper backpack strap bag with proper tote handles that aren't just top handles, and also has a really good, generous crossbody strap if I need, even though I've never used it. All right, the other reason why I love this bag is because it has an insulated pocket in the front, and it's quite big. It goes all the way down to the bottom. There's a little bit of a color at the top, but overall it is quite big. Now, there is a problem. If you may be able to see, that has ripped. Now, like I said, I really haven't used this much. I have maybe used this, time-wise, I've used it for about a year now, but as far as actually going anywhere, this doesn't go very far. It doesn't go anywhere big. I haven't carried it that much. If I do, it's often in a car, so it's when I'm going shopping, so I do use it, but it doesn't get used very often, and certainly this pocket doesn't get used very often. So considering I don't use this pocket all that often, and that has already ripped, and this ripped relatively early on, probably about 3-4 months in, it's a little upsetting. Now, I have not actually contacted customer service to see if the warranty would extend, because what I really would have wanted was an exchange, but because this doesn't exist anymore, and I still wanted to use this bag, I kind of kept it. I did actually file a claim, but they never got back to me, and I never followed through. I probably will at some point, but anyways, I just kind of left it. So I'm moving into a different bag now, so I may actually draw attention to it later. But this is a really big draw for me, so I could have put like a lunch in there and not worried about it spilling. It could have stayed separate from the rest of my bag. It also has a cell phone pocket, the signature fleece line cell phone pocket, and unlike the other bags, this actually has a fleece line that matches the rest of the bag. So many of these, the color is like a gray or a brown or something really not very pretty, and it doesn't match the interior of the rest of the bag. They actually went to the trouble of making this the same color as the actual interior of the bag, which I thought was a really, really nice thing they did. And again, part of the reason why I love it, because when I grab for my cell phone, it's so happy in there. So that's there. Then it's got an outside pocket, and you can see it's got its own gusset. It's not a big gusset, but it does have its own gusset, so it does stick out. This is where all the organization is mainly in this front pocket. Actually, I'm going to take you to the first one, other one first. This is where I keep all my shopping bags. Like I said, this is my shopping bag, my errand bag. So I keep a ton of, whoops, there's a little plastic bag. There's another eco shopping bag, little mesh produce bags, more bags. Usually I carry one other one in here, but like I said, it's kind of out doing stuff at the moment. So that's what's all in here. I'm actually going to take it out because I am going to need it at some point later. So that's in the front, and that's a diagonal zipper there, and it doesn't have its own gusset, so it eats into the gusset of this one. So it does stick out a little bit, and it does sort of push things forward. So it doesn't make a whole lot of room for here if you've got a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so this is where the organization is. So this one has two pen holders on the front panel. It's got 1, 2, 3 card slots, built-in card slots here if you need, which I have basically just put napkins, and I've clipped my clips to it. I think I used to carry mints in there as well. There is a bungee key cord here, which is sewn right in. It's pretty long. It stretches relatively well. In order to get more length on it, I put one of those ID pulley tab things so that when I pull it out, I can actually do stuff. This was supposed to be for my bus pass. I've just put my business cards in there for now, but I was going to put my bus pass in there, but because I'm not really using the bus anymore, I was just testing it out. So then I can pull it out, tap it on the machine, and then put it back in. So that's what that's for, and that's how I got the extra length there. So it's just one of these that I was able to sort of throw a luggage tag onto. So they've got a whole bunch of stuff in here, and this also has 2 small clear view window pockets there. So it's not very tall. It's not a very tall thing. It's about that big, but it has one zipper that goes across. So again, just my little snacks. I've got little peas in there and my gummies and my mints. So that's the front pocket. And I believe this pocket's also the RFID shielded pocket. So you happen to, well, it must be because it's got the card slots there. And you can tell because usually, oh, there it is. There's a little tab that says RFID, which I think you can see right there. Yeah, so this is where you would put your wallet if it doesn't already have RFID shielding in it. So there you go. I talked about this side pocket, so that's where I keep my umbrella always. So this always lives in there. And if you're really worried about it maybe not staying, what I've actually done is, because I have one of those foldable ones, is I used to have another little clip, like a carabiner, that I would hook onto the D-ring and then hook over top of the strap, so that I always knew that my umbrella wasn't ever going to fall out. And I do the same thing with my water bottle. If I have a water bottle with a little tab on the side, same thing. So if you're worried about things falling out, although I have to tell you, nothing's ever fallen out of this thing. You can see here I don't actually have it anymore. I took it off because it was clanging, and I still haven't lost this umbrella. So okay, so let's go inside. Okay, so I have here, there's room for, this is the insulated trolley. This is the insulated chariot pouch. So it's the smaller, it's the middle one. It's not the big one. So that easily fits inside there for anyone needing another pocket. So I just put that in there just to show you roughly how much space it takes in there. There is on the back wall a soft line on one side. Again, look at it, it's the same color. A sort of elasticized pocket. I keep my iPad in there when I carry my iPad. It's charging at the moment, so I couldn't bring it. And then I have on the other side a privacy pocket. And I keep my chargers in there, my extra mask. It's pretty deep and it's very generous. I've got like a battery pack. So yeah, I've got mask, battery pack, extra socks, don't ask, charging cable. I actually made my own masks this year, so I've been carrying around like extra masks for anybody who wants to buy one off of me. So I have a whole, I think there must be like, I don't know, 8 masks in there. And I usually also carry another battery pack, but it's in my purse at the moment. So that's all that fits in this pouch, and it's really generous. I love how big this pouch is, and I love that it's completely hidden. So in the bottom here, oops, I didn't put that in. So in the bottom, it actually fits a fair bit. So at the moment, I just don't have much in here. I have yet another shopping bag, believe it or not. This one is a big insulated California something or other, which I got from someone, and I love it. It's really big, so I like to carry all of my like big items in it. So that's what I use, and that lives in the bottom. I've got a few little nuts that I keep as snacks at the bottom. And then, believe it or not, more bloody shopping bags. Like I said, this is my shopping bag. So what lives in here? More shopping bags. So now here's the thing about this bag. The thing I love about this bag is all the features, all the organizational features. The thing I don't like about this bag is once all those organizational features are full, it starts to sort of impact how much space you actually have in the main compartment. So this front pouch is really full of stuff. Well, usually it is. Right now it's empty because I'm missing some bags. I just tossed them on the floor. But if you can see, because that's so full, and because I've also put a lot into this into this privacy pouch, it kind of takes up space. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but it eats into this space. So I can put stuff just underneath where the pouch ends. So there's a bunch of space at the bottom, but then this gets really narrow. And especially if I've got something in this fleece line pocket as well, everything gets narrower. So it's great because there's so much organization. You can keep it really organized. But if you want to start stuffing other things in there, so like for example, if I'm out shopping and this is full from like this pouch and that pouch, and there's stuff in here, I've got my cell phone in there. Let's say I've got my water bottle in the insulated pocket. By the way, I end up not ever carrying my water bottle in there because again, because it didn't quite fit, because this got so full, and if this got so full, I ended up just keeping it in here in the main compartment. And it was taller, and it just made it easier for me to grab anyway. But anyway, so it was harder, for example, for me to put a water bottle in, because it would get stuck on that. So because this was eating up space and this was eating up space, everything just got really crammed. So it's not a not wide bag. It's probably about 4 or 5 inches deep, like wide this way, but it took up, putting everything in there took up way more space than I would have liked. So that's probably the main drawback in this bag is, you know, the real estate that's being eaten up by this pouch, the real estate eaten up by the back pouch, the real estate eaten up by this pouch eats into the actual main interior. So suddenly this, what looked like a roomy interior, was not. So let's just take all the stuff out of this for a second. So just to show you, just to have a few things in that inside pouch, it took up a lot of space. So now it's a little bit more open. So now it looks like I can access things. But even still, if you see like down here, it's not totally, it's taking up a bit of space here because of this. This is pushing back into the bag. So it's a great bag. Do not get me wrong. I still love this bag in every way, but it just ended up sometimes not fitting all the things I wanted. So let's say I did go shopping and I wanted to fit stuff here without pulling out all the little extra bags. It got really crammed. So I ended up having to pull out all the, you know, all the other little shoppers, and so that I could carry them outside of here. I could put some things in here, but if this was full, nothing else really fit. So yeah, so basically it is really good for organization. It's got so many amazing features, many different ways to wear it, which is my absolute favorite thing I love about it. It's light, it's comfortable, it doesn't fall off. The zippers are really beautiful and breezy. Never ever had an issue with anything sticking. The liner is really great. That you can't really see it on this bag, but you can see it more on the Contemporary Wine. It's got the houndstooth quilting, which is actually not my favorite. When you look at it, when I first looked at it, I was like, it looks like a grandmother's shopping bag or a knitting bag. Now, by the way, if you want it as a knitting bag, this thing is fantastic because it's really tall, and you can fit those really long needles in there. Lots of little pockets. You can put, you know, your patterns and all that stuff. So this is a great knitting bag, great craft bag if you want. But it just, for me, I just didn't love that houndstooth. It just wasn't really my thing. So I kind of like the fact that this was so busy that you couldn't really see the stitching. This one, I don't like the stitching as much, but because the color is there and I already have it, I figured I may as well just use it. Since I'm really not going anywhere awesome anyways, I may as well just use the bag that I have. So I will be moving into this tonight. Once I get everything out of here, I'm moving everything into here. And for those of you who are wondering what the interior is on the Contemporary Wine, it's the gray arrows, which again, not my favorite. It's very 1980s. I probably would have loved it in 1984, but it's not 1984 and I'm not 12. So anyway, that being said, this is going to be my fall bag. This is going to be my summer bag, so I'll move back into this when the sun comes back out. But for now, this is what I've been using, and I love it. I highly recommend it. It is a great bag, and if you don't mind the look of it, it's not my favorite looking bag. It probably is one of my least favorite looking bags of all the bags that I have, but it's got so many amazing features. I could completely overlook the fact that I didn't love the look of it. But it's, like I said, it has every single thing I ever wanted. It did everything I needed and more, and I could overlook the fact that it wasn't beautiful. And I will probably have to find a way to get them to do something about this, because that is not good. Anyway, so there we go. So that is my review on the Ace 2, and I hope that if you do get it, you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments. I'll do my absolute best to answer them if you're contemplating this bag. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.